Welcome back to the What the Fuck podcast. As always, I am your host, Kyle, and I've got my co-host over here.
What is up, guys? It's Nick.
And today, what do we have today, Nick? What do we have?
So we were thinking of doing a modern car culture.
As the jet is flying over.
Yeah, the loudest thing in the... It's probably Delta Airlines, those
The
snobs.
thing sounds like it's flying low. Those snobs.
Yeah.
Gosh. Dickheads.
Did you know that Delta Airlines uses their own jet fuel spray pattern so everybody knows when they fly over what their jets sound like?
Really?
No.
Oh. I was like, damn, that's
kinda...
a lot of engineering to do that shit.
I wouldn't be surprised, though. There was one where they took some they reduced their portions in their foods.
Yeah.
And it saved them a shit ton of money. I'm talking like a few
Makes
tens
sense.
of thousands of dollars by removing two olives out of the salad.
Yeah, that's right. I did hear about that.
Yeah.
I did hear about that one.
Anyways, tangent, ADHD brain.
That's okay. Hello, little birdie.
Ooh, the sky looks really blue today. So yeah, modern car culture, part two.
Part two.
Because I really like the idea. And I like that episode a lot. But I don't think we've had a chance to talk about it with each other. We have some new things to bring to light.
100%. It was a really good episode. It's probably the hottest thing in the automotive world right now. And I mean, it'll be like that for a while, but yeah, I think it's probably a pretty hot topic for a while. So, yeah, what's your first take on the modern car culture, I guess?
There's a lot to unpack with that. I honestly don't know where to begin.
Start with the pros. A good positive note. What's the good pros?
Positives?
Yeah, right? Throw the
None.
mix in there.
Absolutely zero. No, there's some good stuff out of it. I would say, what are we considering modern? Post-COVID?
Post-COVID, yeah.
Because I was going to...
Pre-COVID was like summer of 2016, and that was
Yeah.
just a blissful year.
Yeah, I was going to bring into light the forums, even though forums are dead now. That the internet age bringing forums was probably the best thing. That was peak automotive community. But
Get on
we
your
don't have that
Windows
anymore.
7 computer, hop onto Internet Explorer 9.
Yep.
You're clicking away. You go on to Renlist or HP Tuners forums or Miata.net or whatthefuck.com.
Yep, one day.
And you would just scroll, make a comment, see what people are talking about. Be like, yo, that dude in white 9463, he just figured out his turbo kit.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yep.
Oh, damn. Big black American. He just completed his 5.0 swap.
Is you reading off usernames?
Yep.
Oh, so one positive out of all this, I'd say, is it's never been easier to do some kind of project to your car because somebody's probably done it before. And I remember engine swaps used to be more on the difficult side when people were first doing Coyote swaps and Fox bodies.
Everybody's
and stuff
got a
like
bell
that.
housing kit for something now.
Exactly.
Or a mating kit or
You
plate,
can-
whatever.
You can
Engine mounts.
K swap the world. You can LS swap the world.
I feel like modern ECUs have helped with that too.
Yeah.
Because before
Standalone stuff too.
Before, when everything was still on just regular OEM ECUs and all that,
Yeah.
you're trying to get that to work, especially when CAN bus came around.
Oh, geez. Yeah, you'd probably have to get, like, standalone instrument cluster and...
All sorts of stuff.
So I would say that's probably been the biggest benefit is you can hop online. You can learn how to work on your own car. There's plenty of YouTubers out there that'll show you how to do it the right way. And if you get stuck, not saying to use AI's help, but
Sometimes it can help out.
you can use AI to help you with quick information, but at the end of the day, you still have to verify it somehow.
Don't go for accuracy if you're using it. That's my
No.
thing. It's really solid for just generic maybe troubleshooting advice. But at the end of the day, it's not right there with you, looking at the same exact thing you're looking at, feeling the same gut feelings you're feeling.
No.
So, yeah, it's got its pros and its cons for sure. What are some little things you think need some work? Like, would it be the way people present themselves online? Do you think people are just ego twisters, or?
Oh, and how to make it better?
Yeah, I guess. What would be something that could actually be fixed? What would that be? If anything can be fixed, you know? I mean, it's possibly past that point, but what do you think on that?
We need to get rid of the EPA. I'm just kidding.
I'm
kidding.
not. I'm not.
I think we do need to be environmental friendly, but we're doing it all in the wrong reasons. All this work, and there's still no laws on private jets flying.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure there's some laws, but they're probably a lot more laid back than
On flying? No, dude, you own a private jet, you could fly as much as you
there's
want.
no limit to it.
There's no limit to
well, yeah.
flying.
Well, fuck, that even makes
As
my
long
point
as
stronger. Then
as long as your plane is upkept and has gone through its maintenance and
no, that weight
inspections,
that's so the
you can
carbon
fly.
footprint on that is bad.
Dude, it's insane. I think it was something like one private jet is equivalent to, I think it was 7 or 8 on a 4-hour flight, 7 or 8,000 cars worth of CO2 output, catless CO2 output at that, for the same 4-hour drive.
That's insane. Yeah, that just shouldn't be allowed.
So
period.
my S8 that is supposedly catless, its whole life hasn't even equated to a 4-hour flight. That's fucking
Yeah, that would
wild.
probably make it better.
Fucking
Really, if I could Thanos snap my fingers, I would get rid of all phones, just cease to exist the way they are now, and I would bring everything back to the golden age of technology where it was starting to boom and it was efficient and it was making our lives easier, but it wasn't hurting our mental state of health and making us used to everything. Getting to see, we had this conversation last time on the last episode, I believe, and we were just talking about how you can just see your dream car online. If you scroll for a little bit, you'll just see pranking my mom by turboing her R34 GTR that I gifted her last year. Like, that's cool, it's entertaining, but it's just so you're so desensitized to this stuff. I remember seeing let's call him a JDM legend, or when the Hellcats first came out. The Hellcat was the coolest thing ever, and now it's just a joke of a car. Now it's got all these stereotypes behind it, and it's going to get stolen, or nobody takes it seriously anymore, and people use it as a measurable.
Well, like a Debbie Downer, or like
they use it as everybody uses it as a measurable point of like how fast their car is.
Oh yeah, I could beat Hellcats.
Yeah, I could beat Hellcats in my my 2,000-pound car with 400 wheel horsepower.
I would
beat
hope
Hellcats.
you could.
Yeah,
I would be sad if you could not.
Yeah, but that's what I'm getting at. Is everybody says, "Oh yeah, I can beat Hellcats." Hellcats. That's just the new norm. Is can you beat a Hellcat or not?
I've not raced a ZX6R, but maybe I can beat a ZX6R.
Yeah.
It's just a 600. Oh, you need a Hayabusa. You need a S1K R. Fucking la.
Why are people putting drag packs on semi-stock cars?
I saw
ruining. I saw a guy put drag packs on a C6.
I saw a guy yesterday. I was at Aldi, right across the street. I know the sound of a V6 Camaro anywhere. Okay.
No way.
V6 Camaro.
No way.
Stock everything. Had bead locks on the rear. I was like, there's no fucking way. So I was sitting in the car and I watched the guy. He was a young, like, kind of ghetto looking dude.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, there's no way.
He saved $3,000 for a set of
No. He didn't save. He affirmed that shit, bro.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm just like, why? You have zero traction issues as is with a V6, then you go and get a fucking drag pack.
All right, word of advice to everybody. If you're trying to be a poser or make people impress people, impress the people that don't know much about the hobby that you're in. For example, if you want to impress people, random go-getters with your car, go buy a kit car, go buy an Infiniti G35 and put a Vader kit on it.
Yeah.
That'll do you much better than trying to throw beadlocks on a car that doesn't need it, because no random person's going to be like, oh my God, babe, this guy's got beadlocks on his car. He must be amazing in bed.
God.
Wow. I'm gonna leave my wife and kids for this man.
I bet he has the most fun with his clothes off.
Yeah. You're not fooling anybody.
No, there's nobody to fool.
The people that know what beadlocks are used for are using them for a reason, and you're not fooling them.
The most I could see it looking like to somebody that doesn't know much about cars is to the guy that's got a lift kit and wheels on his truck. He's like, oh, hey, but I bet he takes that thing off-road.
Yeah.
That's probably the closest thing you'll get with it.
I don't even think you would need beadlocks on a 600 horsepower car, unless you were at the track and just trying to get the perfect time, throw the set of beadlocks on. But you could run like ET Street R. Those are good tires. Yeah. You could run a Pilot Sport.
I mean, here's the way that I think about it is if you want to go back to Dodges, the Demon doesn't even have beadlocks. And that makes, 800 something horsepower?
But it has a radial.
It does have a radial.
DOT radial.
Correct. I think it's some sort of Mickey Thompson tire.
Yeah.
If I'm not wrong.
A drag pack would also include front or skinnies up front, right? The whole kit and caboodle. Yeah, so I saw that on a C6 online, LS2, so probably makes... He had some work done to it, but we're talking headers.
Not enough to justify the
need. 450 horsepower car, probably.
No need.
No. And Corvettes corner really well. They're a handling car. You're why would you buy a Corvette just to go on a straight line? Are you an idiot?
Yeah.
Dude, at that point, just buy a fucking...
That's like me making the Miata.
Buy a Hearst.
Car. It's like me buying the Miata.
Right, is that what they're called, Hearst?
Hearst.
What
is that?
Like the funeral cars.
Oh, a hearse.
Yeah, not Hearst. I was thinking of Hearst shifters. Oh, that was stinky. Oh, hope nobody heard that one.
Yep.
I was thinking of Hearst shifters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough one. That's a tough one. Because they do have capability to be very fast in a straight line, but they are very talented cars in the corners.
I think taking twisty roads is much more fun than going in a straight line. I'm not saying straight line speed isn't fun, because it really is.
Well, here's the thing. Now that I've got a car that can do it in a state where I can't, twisty roads are the way to go versus straight lines. Because I could haul ass down the freeway all I want, but it's only 4 or 5 seconds I could do that until I know I'm going to go to jail.
Yeah.
In a car where I could hit twisties, it's like, okay, you were doing 10 over the speed limit or whatever.
Yep.
But I had so much fun doing it.
Yep.
I could do it for hours, man. So, what do you have for you have any other comments on this little subtopic?
No, I'll roll over to the next one that I wanted to talk about is all these younger guys. Seems like they really like their BMWs. They really like their BMWs, their Supras.
Everybody's got a B58.
Mustangs too. It's very okay. So the cost of entry into this has gotten a lot cheaper, and it's also,
which is odd because things have gotten so much more expensive.
Well, I mean, in the sense of used cars, right?
Oh yeah, no, used cars depreciation.
I'm just going to use this as an example because this is from my experience, but the first gen Coyote, when those came out, that was the shit.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you had the LS3, which is competitor, another great motor. But I specifically remember the 5.0 was just the shit. The new engine, it was quick, sounded good, revved high, dual overhead cam, and those cars were, $30,000, somewhere around there.
Brand new, yeah.
And if you wanted a GT500,
you're looking at like the 70s,
probably. with the 5.2 liter.
5.2.
Yeah, those made a lot more power. So my whole point is not anybody could just go buy that.
Mm-mm.
Now you could get a 5.0, higher mileage 5.0, but you
Right.
could snag one for 13 grand.
Easily.
It's not that, that's pretty cheap for that kind of power. Or you could go finance, right? You could go put 5 grand down as a young teenager and finance. I mean, man, they'll work with you. If you have the credit score, you have the
Yeah.
cosigner, they will work with you. You'll
See,
get
that-
pretty much whatever you want.
That's something I haven't understood was like back in, I mean, this is just hearing from other people, but in like early 2000s or the 90s or whatever, it wasn't as common to finance a car as a teenager. I don't think. I think maybe you were able to just afford them then.
You could just buy a cheap car for $1,000.
Well, no, I know, but I'm saying like people who want these higher end, maybe, or just more performance cars. I feel like people were actually able to afford them then.
Yeah.
There's no financing, or not really what I heard of financing then.
If you were financing, you weren't doing it for 84 months. Something crazy. My whole point is that there's younger people out there that are just able to get in pretty much almost whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
So now there's this generation it's also trickling up, and higher generations too trickling down. It's all kind of just colliding with each other and making it seem like everybody has something nice. Everybody has some, like, entry levels. The new entry level is 400 horsepower. You need 400 horsepower to even
Compete with anybody.
think being that you're a cool guy with some kind of
Which is insane.
400 horsepower used to be a lot in old standards.
That is kind of insane to think about. I mean, what I'm trying to base my point from is like the 60s was like probably around the prime of that era of cars.
Mm-hmm.
The 60s, and then you had the other prime in the 80s, 90s, 2000s. But the 70s and early 80s and all that were a shit time because of the oil crisis.
Yep.
But I remember seeing like ads for cars in the 60s where it's 200, 300 horsepower from a 8-liter V8, and it's like people were like, yeah, my old Mustang when I was your age, oh yeah, this thing would haul ass.
Yeah.
So now we're in this age where shit's actually hauling ass, and we're kind of just like, oh, that's just not the case. You're not going that fast. You don't have 700 horsepower. You're not anything reputable to be around.
Exactly.
And that's just
wild
insane to me, man. That's just insane. I remember getting my Saab, driving it home, 250 horsepower turbo V6. It was like, oh my god, this thing is so fast. Dude,
Yeah.
you could effortlessly get up to 120 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, you didn't touch 200 on your motorcycle. You're fucking pussy.
Yeah.
Dude, get out of here. Go touch 200 mile an hour and tell me how that's like. Because
I could imagine I would
don't
not
want
do
to
that
touch
on
it ever again.
I would not want to do that on a public road on a bike.
I don't want to do it in a car.
Yeah.
I do not want to do that ever again. That was fucking... It was like, okay, I've done this. I don't ever want to do it ever
Yeah,
again.
I think the fastest I've gone, I was a passenger, was probably around 175,
Yeah.
180.
After that 130 mark?
A newer Camaro.
Yeah.
It was built, though. It had a stroker kit, cam.
Oh, damn.
It was probably making around 550, 600
Yeah.
crank
Jesus.
Yeah,
All
no.
naturally aspirated.
on a
That must be
10-speed,
fun.
10-speed transmit. Yeah, it was disgusting. It was just... It was actually not... It just felt comfy. Like, you knew you were hauling ass,
Yeah.
but it was... Ooh, just kind of chilling in
I
a...
forget you still haven't been in the S8.
No.
I would imagine it's probably like that.
Yeah, similar. I'm sure the S8's even better.
Get a back massage.
Get a back massage with going hauling ass. But yeah, everybody just seems to have something quick or looks expensive, something
Yeah.
luxurious.
Yeah.
Even luxury cars have some power behind them. They might not be the fastest thing there, but they kind of run the bridge between luxury and show status, and also, oh yeah, this thing can actually move too.
Yeah.
And it kind of caters to both people. But
Right.
my whole point is just nobody's impressed by anything anymore. It used to be you had something neat that you wanted to show, and people were like, "Oh, what did you do? This is really cool. How did you do this?"
What do you do?
Or, wow, that's my
genuinely interested
dream
in
car.
you as a person too, though.
Yeah, now it's just another one of those. I don't know if they're, dude. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if there's fixing it. I don't know if there's a fix.
That point, to be honest.
I really think you just have to get your small community of good people, people that are there at your beck and call if they are available, and just to bring each other up and kind of learn off of each other and build off of one another and just have your tight-knit community.
Yeah, that's probably the way to do it. Because, all the drama nowadays and all that, where, oh, he said this, blah, blah, blah. Oh, somebody said that I'm slower than blah. I don't know. It's all so stupid.
And I want to put this out. I've noticed, too, a lot of people that are very egotistical or make it their life's work. Life's purpose to just go on Facebook and tell people how wrong they are, or just to start stuff, or they're that guy at the meet that's just, why
dogging on everybody.
Why didn't you do it this way?
Yeah.
We're just making people feel bad. They're the biggest loser of them all.
Yeah.
It's a self-esteem thing.
100%.
And I've noticed a lot with people with low self-esteems, they just need to make up for it in this one avenue. Because if they can just be the one that's always right and have the fastest car or the best looking car, then people will approve of them. But being a dickhead and a douchebag about it
doesn't get you anywhere.
No.
Doesn't get you anywhere. Yeah, I can agree with that. And it's just prevalent nowadays.
I don't know if I told you this story. So when I first got my Mustang finished, and when I mean finish, I mean new engine on the car, and I was doing my break-in miles. There's this guy that I met at a car meet. Now, I knew this guy prior. He wasn't into the car scene at all. Didn't know a lick about cars. Probably didn't know how to check his own oil.
Oh, jeez.
And me and my group of friends, we brought him in, and he was super into videography and drone stuff. We actually did a video of my car and this Lexus with him. He was the one who filmed it, and he just was super into the film stuff, the car videography, and drones. He was super into drones. Eventually, he got a SQ5, from what I remember, and his parents obviously helped him out tremendously. It's basically his parents' car more than it is his. So he got mommy and daddy's car, which whatever, I don't care. I'm painting this in a bad light, because when you're an ass about it and you're trying to flex a car that you didn't work hard for, I'm going to dog you on it. If you got it and you appreciate it and you're humble, all the power to you. I'm glad that your parents
you had the capability to do that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But I'm going to dog on you if you're being rude about it and just trying to flaunt something that's not yours. But yeah, he got that, and he just got more into the car scene, got more cocky about everything. And yeah, we just went to this car meet, and he was over there, and I had an issue with my car. It was just stalling out at idle because somebody pulled off one of my PCV hoses. It was loosely...
Yours?
Yeah, it was like a jiggy rigged one. It was a super long, uncut one that I put down just so it could run right, and eventually I would get the right size and trim it and everything, but I just wanted to drive my car.
Right.
I guess somebody was just messing with the hose, and it took no effort to pull it off. So I had a bad vacuum leak. And he's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. Something's going on." He's like, "Oh, dude, you should just sell this thing." I'm like, shut. In my head, I'm thinking, shut the fuck up. If somebody said that now, I would just completely go off on him.
Yeah.
But I was a young guy.
Right.
I'm not used to people just talking to me like that.
Right.
So I kind of just brush it off. But yeah, just growing up, and that always sat in the back of my head. Just really rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah. It's
like, dude, you know nothing about cars. What are you telling me? Sell my car?
You're trying to tell me, right? I don't think I have anything like that.
Another example too is just working on my engine. It's not the best engine platform. Technically, you would want a 4.6 valve. That's the Mac Daddy. So a lot of people, they see stuff where people build 2 valves, which they're perfectly capable of building. You can turbo them. You can make 600-800 horsepower, You can make 600 horsepower off a supercharged 2-valve.
Right.
It's not the most efficient engine because I get it, the fucking airflow for the cylinder heads isn't the best.
Right.
So, who cares?
If I want to do that, then I will do it.
I probably will throw a 5.0 in it eventually, or a 4-valve, because that's what I've always wanted, yes. But I wanted to build the 2-valve because it was going to be cheaper and easier to make that 450 horsepower range and just have fun with the car instead of, oh, well, if I'm going to have the motor out and do a motor swap, I need to paint the engine bay, and I have to do all these things for this one project. I don't want my car down for 2 years just to impress everybody else.
Right.
Why not just do something for now, enjoy it, and when I'm ready to do the dream build with that car, I will do it.
Yeah.
But for now, I'm happy with it just the way it sits.
I've noticed that everybody's trying to please others or trying to get the attention of others. Nobody does it for themselves anymore. Like, I remember when I was in high school and I had my Saab, nobody did a compound turbo setup on those ever. And I was obsessed with them at the time. I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm going to give it a shot. So I plumbed the factory turbo, I essentially put together a manifold I made, and it goes from I had a big Garrett GTX 3582, and then that fed into the little tiny, it was a hybrid TD04 something, I think it was like a 22T or something, fed into that, and then that fed through an intercooler back up into the motor. And everybody's like, oh, that thing's not going to make any power, blah, blah, blah. I was like the laughing stock of the Facebook groups then.
Yeah.
Car made 531 wheel horsepower. It was almost one of the platform records for stock internals.
Wow.
And the torque curve was fucking insane. I mean, the TD04 lit up at 2,500 RPM, and then you could see when the Garrett comes in at those higher RPMs and just takes over.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, the TD04 is going to be a choking point. I'm like, you guys are all on stock turbos, on just a goofy tune from the same person. I'm over here, just got out of high school, making my own tune, making my own manifolds.
That's pretty impressive.
Putting together my own shit, and you guys are trying to tell me what's not going to work. I'm like, I'll fucking find out myself.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care to fucking see or hear what you guys have input on. Sure, this dude dropped 15 grand into his car to get to the same fucking spot as I did for 3 grand in my own time.
Yeah.
It's just insane. Sure, maybe it won't last as long. I don't give a shit, man. If I'm putting my mind to it, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's how I think with it.
That's awesome.
I think people have lost that way of just doing stuff, and it sucks because I feel like that's when peak car culture was you had a crazy fucking idea, you do whatever you want to do it.
Yeah.
You do whatever the build was or whatever your show car or whatever. So yeah, I think that's just missing nowadays.
Yeah, I remember when the WOT box was the rave. Mm-hmm. And me and this other guy, we both had new edges. And at the meets, we would two-step and we would shoot flames. People were wanting it. They were liking it.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing it just hitting it just to see if people would react. No, people were egging me.
Yeah.
Hit the two-step.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Twist my arm, pal.
Oh, darn.
Yeah, oh, darn. People love that kind of stuff. And now it's nobody cares. It's all about the pop and bangs. I feel like everybody...
It's all attention seeking.
I feel like everybody, and not when I say everybody, it's not the right word. I mean the attention seekers, the clout chasers. Mm-hmm. That's the TikTok car guy mechanics.
It's the demographic.
Yes. You know who you are. I feel like they live in their own little bubble where they do all this stuff to their car and they just feel like a badass. And in their head, they're
getting all these fucking.
In their head, they're convinced that everybody else thinks that they're cool, but they're not getting praise for it because people are looking at them weird. Like, what are you doing? Stop! It's really cringe.
I think it's because they have their TikTok friend groups where all of them are influencers, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Everybody's a fucking influencer nowadays. Where they're an influencer and they've got 5,000 TikTok followers or whatever. So they think they're on top of the world. They have a good growth chart. Mm-hmm. That's just because they've made a shitty mod and fucking everybody's talking about it now or whatever it is. I don't know. But they're just stuck in a bubble, in a fucking social media bubble. And then one of those persons from that group is going to come to realization or have a breaking point or whatever, is going to call out all the other people. The whole bubble's going to pop. And then dude's going to be fucking just... He's not going to know what to do at that point.
Yeah.
I've seen it more than a few times.
Yeah.
I remember being around that point like 2 or 3 years ago. I thought I was top of the shit. I had like six, 7, maybe 8 videos that had 1 million views on TikTok. And I was like, oh, dude, this is it. No, it fucking wasn't. It wasn't. I don't know. That's just a little rant or I don't know. It's a bubble, man. It's all so dumb. But what about for modern culture? I don't know, man. I don't think any of it's good anymore. I think we're past a point of no return. Like, we are nutting right now. There's no stopping it.
Yeah.
You can't pull out of this shit.
No.
It's probably a weird way of describing it.
You know, I think it's weirder that I understood what you said.
Maybe a little bit. I wish car culture was the same as when we were growing up. When we were growing up with Top Gear and with all these really cool shows, everything was just so blissful in a sense. Like, as a young car guy,
You just thought everything was cool.
Everything was cool.
No matter what it was cool.
I remember having a Lamborghini Gallardo poster that I got from the book fair hung up in my room.
Yeah.
I remember I had my mom printed out like pictures of, or like pictures of like a Hummer, of like a Bugatti, of I think it was like a Mustang or a Camaro or something. And I remember coloring them, and then I was like, oh, shoot, no, I don't like the colors. I was like, Mom, could you print me out more?
Yeah.
And I don't know, everything was just so blissful. Maybe that's just childhood in itself, but I missed that. I remember talking to my dad, and I think we were doing spark plugs and an oil change on our Hummer. We had an H3. And I was like, Dad, I was like, if you had $100,000, it's like, what would you do with this thing? And he was like, oh, I'd put a V8 in it, and I'd go race the Baja 1000 with a crazy suspension setup. I was like, yeah, Dad. I was like, that's so freaking cool.
Yeah.
And to this day, I would still love to see something like that. But like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's just there's not any more bliss or excitement. It's all just dick slap, fucking money this, money that. I did this, dude. The coolest thing that I think could happen nowadays is, I got this car for this price. I've only put this much money into it, and it's whooping ass versus cars that are 3 times its price.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of my thought process behind the Miata, right? I was looking at like Nürburgring times and track times and all that, and just other drivers' cars versus it. And I was like, dude, this, with the proper setup, people are going around the Nürburgring almost just as fast as like McLarens and shit like that. Like 4 or 5 $800,000 cars.
Yeah.
This little $5,000 Miata can keep up. Sure, it's not going to do that much in the straights, but in the turns, man, that's what
they
I
have any
give a
power.
shit.
They have to have some power mods done to them.
Yeah, I think one of them was like a GM V6 swap or something like that. Which, don't get me wrong, that can be very difficult to do and expensive, but it's a lot better than spending $500,000 on a fucking McLaren.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I love a McLaren. It's not within my life's reach right now.
I want to add, you just reminded me of something.
Okay.
So, I feel like this has started because of the mass consumerism epidemic that we have, also with social media. You get to a point where, especially people that are multimillionaires, they buy these things, and I'm starting to realize why the term money can't buy happiness. Now, I've never truly believed in that, because I believe money
can definitely help with happiness.
Yes, it can help. If you have your head screwed on straight and you're not just buying things to make you feel better, obviously that's not going to fix anything.
Right.
But if you got your life in order and you've always wanted to have something, or you've dreamt about this and you can afford it, you will be a happy person.
Right.
But I've noticed on a much smaller scale, because I'm not multimillionaire, that it's almost that have to remind myself to appreciate what I have.
All the time.
That in a sense that I've almost lost the thrill of
The way
doing things to my car and purchasing things. And I'm not saying I don't appreciate it or I don't get that adrenaline rush, because I certainly do. When I finish the supercharger swap on my Mustang, I'm gonna have a blast. I know I will.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this for a long time.
Yeah.
That ported blower has been sitting in my room for 2+ years, and now the car's been sitting for 3 months. So I'm really gonna be excited when that happens. But my point is nothing will beat the time that I bought my first car. Nothing will beat the feeling that I got when I first put the exhaust on it. I took it to the shop. And I said, here you go. I have an off-road H-pipe and some Flowmaster Super 44s.
Yeah.
Throw that bitch on. And I never giggled, and I've never smiled that much. Like that first feeling, being young, and I worked hard for this exhaust. I spent probably $400 to put it on. It was an absolute blast. And then I remember the first time getting a motorcycle, and then the first time getting the crotch rocket.
I remember my first time getting the R3.
You remember these feelings? They were so strong. And the next time you go do it, it's not as strong. And it just seems to dilute itself. The more and more you get higher up the ladder of power and ownership of all this stuff.
I think sometimes, I think it's just a human experience at that. That kind of goes for everything, right? But I think sometimes you got to go back to the simple basics, the base, like where you started.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe you're like, oh, it's so slow or whatever. Like, I'm sure if I put stock tune back on the Audi, I'd be like, oh, it's slow. But at the same time, I remember driving it home on said tune and blasting Ghosts and stuff by deadmau5.
Yes.
Dude, fucking, that was one of the most emotional times in a car I've had, because I kicked ass trying to get this car for so long. That was my obtainable dream car of all time. And I remember driving home in it. Me and Hannah I had my S8, she had her S8. We're going along this curvy, like, cliffside drive on the way to some beach on the way home, right after picking it up. I just remember fucking tearing up and just everything, the nostalgia, just looking out, the music, the car, everything was just perfect. If I could get that feeling back, and actually I have kind of gotten that feeling back when I got the Miata, that would be so awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, it reminds you of the simpler stuff when you think of it like that, when you start to appreciate it and just remind yourself.
I couldn't imagine what high school me would do or think about if he got to hang out with current me, or just I gave him all this stuff that I have now and just said, had fun. He'd probably pass out with a heart attack, prolapsed anus, and low blood sugar. Like, he just wouldn't know what to do with himself. I don't think he could. But no, it's just, that's my life. Like, what I have is what I have, and I'm just used to it, and I hate it.
Yeah, I wish there was a drug that kind of reset the...
Oh my God, I would take it every day.
I would take it a lot.
If I could forget a movie, forget an experience, just to relive it again.
I don't know if I would want... I guess if there was a way to take a drug that made me hallucinate and see, like, genuine, like, how I was when I was 15, 16, maybe
like
13.
Perspective change.
Yeah, like, if I was able to genuinely be exactly how I was then for a day or whatever it was.
Oh, dude, I'd be hooked on that.
I would just be, oh man, that would be so awesome. Just, I don't know.
I kind of got a little bit of that when we were playing games.
I
together.
did too. When we were playing Black Ops that one night.
Yeah.
I got the same thing, and it was really nice and like
playing the craft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When?
I mean, the whole week. Just hopping off after work, and I know, dude, I never do that.
I'm the same way. As soon as I got home.
Last time I couldn't tell you the last time I would get home from work and just play games until I went to bed. That was when I was working in high school.
Yeah.
Or maybe college. Sure.
I think it was middle school was the last time.
Yeah, I never do shit like that. That just kind of brought me back.
Yeah. Yeah, you got a point there. Damn.
And I've even heard this this idea that I didn't even come up with it because I actually heard it from this is a big tangent, but I'm not going to go there. I will keep it less than 2 minutes, I promise. There's this guy called Tommy G that's a journalist.
Yeah.
And he's basically a non-biased journalist. So any hot topic that you can think about, car theft, cartel, cocaine, kingpins, just like underground stuff.
Right.
And he was interviewing somebody that smuggles cocaine into the country.
Uh-huh.
Kind of like a cartel middleman that's independent. And he talked about how when you do have all this money, where money really isn't a problem,
Uh-huh.
the thrill of buying stuff isn't there anymore. It's just dead.
Yeah.
Like the thrill of buying your first car, working
think about
hard to purchase something that is barely attainable or just enough within your reach. You get this just feeling of blissfulness and happiness and contentment.
Because you've busted your ass to get said
but
thing.
if you could just buy, it's almost like playing a game with cheat codes or
I
mods.
was just about to say that.
You have all this money.
GTA with
Nothing makes you happy anymore, and it's such a weird thing to say because you look upon the wealthy people and think, how are you not happy with all this stuff? You have a crazy home, you have crazy cars, you can do whatever you want, and you're not happy. Why is that?
Right.
And I'm not sympathizing for them, but I kind of understand on a much smaller scale why.
I think the way of wealth is imagination.
Yeah,
That's my true. I've had that belief for a long time, and the
fulfillment in your life is more important too.
I would yes, but the reason I say imagination is because, I mean, even when you're a kid, you have a lot of stuff. Sure, you want the newest toy or the newest game or whatever it is, but like, your imagination's everything. Like when we're building cars, and if we had all this money to do so, every build would be achievable. But the thing that would differentiate them and make them fun and engaging and all of that would be how weird or wacky they are, how, I don't know, adding 3 axles to a fucking limo or something, and drifting. I don't know. It's the imagination, I feel like, is what would take over at that point. In my head, at least that's how I would hope I would think if I was in that spot, was just imagination would take over and I would just have as much fun as I could. But then at the same time, I still feel like it'd be possible I would just run out of ideas. But I don't know, man. Just going... You almost need like that child level of imagination.
Yeah. That's kind of why the videography thing is so important to me.
Right. Well, you bring your ideas to life.
Yeah. What I'll say is, as you get older, you're making more money than you know, I'm making much more money than I did when I was 17, 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You'd think I should be 3 times happier.
Right.
But really, it just seems like, I have the stuff I've always, some of the stuff I've always wanted. I am very content with where I am, but I'm always striving for more.
Right.
And it always seems like I have problems I have to deal with that money won't fix. Like I always have this quest list of problems. And when I've solved them, then a new quest appears, and it's just a never-ending cycle of things that you have to do. Yeah, it is. It is life. But what my point to this is, when I listen to a song and my brain just starts thinking of some of the visuals behind it, some of the idea like, oh, I could do this and put this here.
Right.
I pretty much do it on almost every car type song that I listen to. And I have hundreds of ideas. Some are not as good as others. I have really good top 15 stuff. But my point is I have this imagination that's just active. Mm-hmm. And then when I really bring it to life, it's the most fulfilling thing ever. I feel truly alive on top of the world when I've brought something out of nothing.
Right.
And it was not only from my vision, but the passion for cars, and then also the passion of the artist of the song that I don't know who this person is, but we both almost share the same vision and memory, and then I've just created a whole new thing from what they started.
Right.
Because it started with their masterpiece, and I couldn't finish it without them.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, I think it's a fucking beautiful thing.
I feel like a really solid relationship to have would be, as a videographer, to have a sound or a music guy.
I would. But
that would be... I feel like that would be a really good relationship to have.
I thought about if I ever got bigger to collaborate with an artist that I've always loved, that's kept me motivated from when I was 18, 19, 20 up until now.
Right.
They're really like their music just kind of kept me in that dream state. When things are rough, I would listen, and it would just kind of remove. It's kind of like an out of body thing where I wasn't remembering what my problems were. I was just kind of in this blissful state. And that's kind of what music and movies and stuff like that does to you, and video games.
Right.
It's distracting, but it's not taking the reality away from you, because at the end of the day, you know what's going on with your life. It's just kind of making you feel at ease that like you will figure it out, and you will pursue through this issue that you're having. But anyways, my whole point is as cool as it would to have a sound guy, everybody has their own type of sound. Just like every car has its quirks, every musical artist has their quirks. And I've noticed that I could list you 3 artists that I absolutely love, but I couldn't say one was better than the other because they all have their own sound. There's this artist called K-Trek that when I listen to their music, by the way, these artists don't have any lyrics or vocals. Some of them do, but you don't really understand them. You won't really be able to understand them. So it's not, oh, I hear this singer, so I know what the band is. No, this is the way the music is flowing through, whether it's menacing or they have some kind of weird background.
Like a weird flair or something.
Yeah, I'm not really into that industry, so I don't know all the terminology, but I'll tell you what, you could play a song without lyrics. Any of these songs, I could tell you what artist.
Recognition.
Yeah, I recognize the patterns in the songs. But for example, there's artists, Skeller is one of my favorite artists of all time, and you have other ones like Last Century and K-Trek, and those 3 alone, they all have their different sounds.
Right.
And it's just a beautiful thing how you can listen to each one and point out, wow, this is their own thing. Even though it's still a car, like you could put it behind a car visual, they're all different. They all have different moods. The visuals that you would use to pair up with them would be completely different. Even the car, you'd have to pick a certain car.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
And the problem is
I forget when you're shooting certain car videos and cinematography sides of it, that the car actually does matter for the
tremendously,
song and
tremendously
the scene and everything. Because in my head, I was always like, you could have whatever fucking car doing this scene. And then I've kind of thought about it. I'm like, that doesn't really fit.
No.
Like, you can't you can't put a Geo Metro just going off-road with some weird cinematic
I could do a Geo Metro video. I've wanted to do a forklift video, kind of. I know there's a guy who did a I wouldn't say a blooper video, like a parody.
Yeah.
It was all Blender. What do you call Blender? Like a 3D...
Like animated?
Yeah, animated. Just a rendered video. And it was hilarious.
How long was it?
It was like 4 or 5 minutes. It was like a car...
It
was a car edit forklift video going down like... It was like cinematic shots of a forklift. And then there's a part where he's on the Nürburgring passing a GT3 in the fork. Dude, it's so good. Yeah, it's so good. It's got millions of videos.
I thought it was just going to be a slow forklift, just like going through a parking lot, just like, bouncing over all the bumps and ridges.
It's hilarious.
I'll have to check it out. That sounds great.
Dude, it's so good. It's so good.
You want to talk a little bit about, I know we're kind of off of the modern car culture stuff, and I've accepted that we've kind of finished that topic off. But what about this... Because we've been talking about this car challenge thing.
Have we told everybody about that?
We told them a little bit about it.
Like sometimes we talk to each other, like everybody knows what we're talking about. And they're like, what the fuck?
Like, what are these guys
I've
talking
never
about?
heard this.
So
bring everybody up to snuff.
Me and Nick are putting together a $5,000 car challenge featuring our beloved Miatas, one of which has only been driven 2 days.
Let me figure how much I bought mine for. I have the notes.
Oh, do you still?
I do.
So I bought mine for $5,000, and I've been telling Nick this is a great idea because I figured out not too long ago Nick got his around the same price, about $5,000. And one night I was kind of just brainstorming. I was like, what if we did like a Top Gear style intro and all this cool stuff? And he's like, all right, yeah, I'm down for it. So, like, I know you were saying something about like going out to like Mayaca and doing some curvy roads and reviewing them and all that.
Yeah.
I would like to do.
I did spend $5,000 on it.
Did you really?
On the dot.
Same here.
Plus the tow, so $450 to $80.
I don't worry about the tow.
I mean, it counts because it literally broke down 2 miles from where
Don't worry about the tow. That's just a project car thing.
Fuck.
But what I'm thinking is I would like to have a portion of that video where we're in a parking lot somewhere or we're at a nice place or whatever it is, and we're like, okay, so show me what you got here, and we show each other both of our cars, and I would like for both of us to pick out little things on each other's car, like nitpicks. It's like, oh well, I can see why you only paid $5,000 for it.
Oh,
for this
dude,
thing.
that would be so
It would be
funny.
great.
Or you could be like, POV, you just bought the same car as your buddy. Like, dude, look at this, check this out. Isn't this cool?
What is going on here?
You got the non-VVT? Oh, well,
Ugh.
all right.
Yeah.
I think you got fucked, pal.
Oh, only one of your headlights goes up? Oh, it's raining? That sucks for you.
That would be good.
I would, if we didn't give a shit about the cars, I would love to take them both through a car wash and then do like an off-road portion, but I don't want to destroy our cars. So.
I would take it through a car wash if I had a window.
Well, that's the funny part. That's why I would want to take it through a car wash, because you don't have a window. So it would just be torture on your end.
Guys, if you want to see, here are my requirements if you would like to see me take my beloved through a car wash. I would have to find another Miata to throw the drivetrain into, because this car would get totaled.
Bro, we could find...
If it went through the car wash, it would get flooded.
It wouldn't.
I would need to make $100,000.
Or we could go through the car wash at work.
Oh, that's scary.
You know how weak that fucking wash is?
But no back window, man. I would never. I'm not. Listen, I don't think you could pay. I'm not gonna call the channels out, because I have watched them for entertainment, so I've helped it become the monster that it is. But I am not a fan of the, I'm going to go buy this car and destroy it for your entertainment.
I don't like that
it
either.
fucking bugs me. Now, yes, I've seen it because it's already happened. I'm
Right.
like, fuck, fine. I guess I'll watch it.
I like the ones where they do challenges with them, and then they continue to use them afterwards for other races or other events or whatever.
But I'm just going to bulldoze my car off this side of a cliff. Oh, actually, Top Gear did do that but it was a V6 Mustang, so I'm not too mad
I don't
about
think
it.
I've seen that one. I've seen the highlights.
It was the American Top Gear, I believe, and they tried to put a parachute on a Mustang and
just
it just went down the cliff.
But yeah, I think a segment of that video where it's like we point out the little things, like mine would, I don't even know what mine would be. It would be the motor not being a non-VVT, or the fucking wiring
I think she's
harness.
perfect.
I think she's got some flaws, but she's pretty good.
You know what's funny too is this kind of piggybacks off the whole visionary thing. Is I know you understand how my brain works, because I came up to you and I was like, what do you think if we did these kinds of shots with the Miatas, and if we're gonna do this, these are the 2 songs that are gonna work with this,
Right?
And I played one of them and you're like, that's the one,
That's the one right
that's
there.
the song,
That's the one.
like,
We're doing
I
that
knew
one.
it. Like, they just pair. You just have to have that mindset where everything pairs correctly. The car, the vision, the music.
I've always kind of had a visual mind, if that makes sense. I think you could probably understand what I'm saying. Where a song will come on and I just start thinking of like sequences of a video or of an edit or whatever it is in my head, or fucking I hear a monologue from some guy and I'm like, oh, this would be so great with this car on this road doing this, camera's here, something like that. I've got that kind of thinking. Now, I don't think I have the capability myself to bring it to fruition. I'm sure if I tried hard enough I could, but
I think you're more than capable. But that is you're diving head first and making that your
everything.
Which maybe one day you could.
I'm
That
sure
would be
one
really
day
cool.
I probably could, but I've got way too much other shit going on right now to be worrying about that, which sucks, because life gets in the way. But I think eventually that'd be really cool. But yeah, I see your vision on certain things. And I'm like, yes, dude. I'm like, let's fucking do it.
Black Ops Zombies video would be
Oh my god,
probably one of my favorite passion projects of all time.
I would love that. That would be so. I would love to be part of that, man. Even in just the production.
We
of
can
it,
we can do it.
I think that would be so fucking cool.
That, and then also
I have all of the Black Ops 1 Zombies soundtrack music downloaded.
it'd be Abracadabra. That's the song.
Abracadabra, such a good one.
That is my favorite song. That and the one.
I liked the one. I remember, I was showing you guys videos of my old YouTube earlier.
Yeah.
We had a field trip to Universal in 8th grade, and I took my GoPro, and the overlay of the whole video is just the one. And I think it was also Abracadabra, and I think Lullaby of a Dead Man.
Yeah.
Was the 3 songs that played throughout that whole video. You can't hear a damn thing that anybody's saying because my editing skills were top notch then.
Hell yeah.
But yeah.
I used to listen to those songs when I'd run, and I was really thinking about giving up.
Yeah.
Just, I gotta stop. I gotta just walk. I can't do it. I would listen to those, and that's what would get me through my run.
It would always
It's
be
very motivational to me. Like, you just feel like on top of the world when there's those songs that you really love and you listen to where you just feel invincible.
I would only reach that state whenever I'm driving.
Yeah.
Damn, I just realized how cheaply made these chairs are.
Were you looking at
I'm
it?
looking at the stitching, and one section of the fabric is way longer than the other
your
section.
your Miata seats. Hey, if you buy Miata, they come with free gaming seats.
Yeah, dude, that makes some great podcast seats, though.
Oh, another. I wanted to piggyback off this real quick. Another idea I had was, and I'm really sad that I never did it. But it was when COVID first happened.
Yeah.
Hold on, I feel a big sneeze. Big sneeze coming up. When COVID first happened and all the streets were just basically cleared out. Now here in Florida, it wasn't. There was like a curfew,
Dude,
but it
in
wasn't.
Washington?
It wasn't anal like up north.
Well, let me tell you about Washington real quick. The day that COVID was announced up there, March 13th, 2020, it snowed. It was a Friday. It was Friday the 13th. It snowed, and it was like 60 degrees outside earlier that day. Then it dropped to like fucking 30 degrees and was snowing. We got let out of school early. The drive home was eerie as fuck,
I
dude.
bet.
Because there wasn't anybody except high schoolers on the road, and maybe a couple other people.
That's kind of cool.
It was neat. And I remember just being like, oh, sweet, we're out of school for 2 weeks. Go home 2 weeks later. Oh, yeah, nope, school's out for 3 more months. And I remember driving to a buddy of mine's house, and there was nothing, dude. Nobody was out. There's no cops. Like, you would get... I remember pulling over on the highway because there's a little viewpoint and not hearing a single car. I heard fucking birds on the freeway, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, this is freaking insane.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. But sorry, what were you saying?
I was thinking about doing a video at that time when I was kind of going on and off about starting a YouTube channel, and I just never did because I was being a little bitch. But at that time, I wanted to do a video of a car just out in the city with nobody there. It's just it looked
Deserted.
It looked apocalyptic.
Yeah.
And I thought it would have been cool if do you remember? If you don't, I will pull it up right now. I'll have Jamie pull it up for us. If nobody understands the Jamie references, it's a Joe Rogan thing. So go watch an episode of that. He's like the guy that checks. He's a fact checker.
He's a fact checker, the camera guy. Make sure the audio is all in check.
Fireman, firefighter,
Police
officer,
plumber, pilot,
everything.
race car driver.
But do you remember the Modern Warfare 1 trailer? Where it was Captain
Warfare
Price
1.
speaking, and he's like,
the 2019.
yeah, he's like, no, older than before that. And he's like, he was talking about like 200,000 people lived in this city.
Yeah.
Now it's a ghost town.
Yeah.
That monologue with the car shit, I've always wanted to do. I was gonna do it with the 370.
Accomplish that nowadays?
You could.
It would be expensive though, because you'd have to shut down streets. I would think.
No, it'd be a 3 a.m. activity.
Oh yeah,
I can make
guess
it work.
Yeah, 3 a.m. I guess in the right city. Yeah. Dude, the weird thing is I was near Portland, which is one of Oregon's major cities. And when COVID happened, I remember going with a buddy of mine. We're just driving through downtown, and there was like 2 buses I think we saw the entire night. There's nothing else.
No.
Portland's already kind of creepy as is because there's tweakers and all that.
Yeah.
But then you add in the fact there's no cars, there's nobody actually out. It's freaky, man. I kind of missed that part of COVID though.
Yeah.
With the open roads.
Yeah.
Like I remember.
I wish I had the motorcycle at that time.
Oh man, dude. I wish I had a motorcycle then. But I remember me and I think 3 of my other buddies, we found a Miata on Marketplace that was up in Seattle, and we were down right on the border, the southern border of Washington. And this guy was like, yeah, if you can come here tonight, I'll sell it to you for, I think it was like $3,000. This thing was lowered, it was on a nice set of wheels, quick release. I think it was all stock motor, straight piped, all that shit. Had a roll bar and all that, race seats. Anyway, but I remember him being like, yeah, if you guys could come here tonight. And it was like 6 o'clock at night when we already got this text. Seattle's about 6 hours away with traffic. So I remember him being like, he's like, you guys just want to go haul ass up there? It's like, nobody's on the roads. We hopped in my Saab. Fucking dude, we did 150 Freedom Units kilometers the entire way up. No issues at all. Took the little fucking, what are those called? The HOV lanes, because they split off to different like shortcuts essentially. Took those, no issues. We got there at like 11:30 at night, and the guy was like, "Yeah," he's like, "You guys can take it." He took it. Fucking, I remember driving home, and then the next day we go over to his house, and he tries to do a donut, and the engine locks up.
Oh no, that's rough.
And I don't remember what happened after that. I just remember the roads, man. The roads were so nice during COVID. I mean, that's how the Cannonball runs all got completed with the quickest times were in COVID.
Oh, I bet.
So cool. So cool.
Gumball Rally.
Yeah. That was the one pro of COVID. All the other negatives are the negatives.
Maybe Thanos was the hero of the story.
Maybe,
Just kidding.
man.
Just kidding.
Maybe. But yeah.
Too many people in this damn city.
Oh, it's bad down here, man.
Get out of my town, boy.
Sarasota and Tampa is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. What else? You got anything else?
No. I just really wanted to rant about how upset I am about there's so many cars nowadays on the road. Can't really enjoy.
And the shitty thing about it is
I'm not even talking about speeding. I'm talking about just cruising in your car or your bike, and there's just bumper to bumper traffic because, I don't know, somebody's on the side of the road switching out their fucking spare tire, and everybody's got to see what's going on.
Oh, what's happening?
Yeah,
I'm with you. And the shitty thing is no matter how much we try to talk about it or bring light to it, it's not going to change. Florida's
car parts are more expensive.
Yeah.
You know, what used to be a $4,000 supercharger turbo kit is now $65 for the base non-intercooled and $11
for the Miata turbo kit.
for the regular one. So it's just everything's more expensive. I'm noticing people on Marketplace I saw this guy. Oh, man, I think I have it saved, but it'd take too long to find it. Mm-hmm. He was selling I think it was a Toyota, an 8.6, a newer one, or a Supra that had a lot of work done to it.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of work. I mean, cosmetics, quite a bit of suspension work, a little bit under the hood work.
Yeah.
PPF or a wrap. And he itemized all the parts that it costed, like all the materials, and then the labor. He itemized shop labor to justify his $60,000 asking price, because in his head he's like, oh well, everything itemized costs $70,000. I'm selling it for labor on top of it. I'm gonna sell it for $60,000. You get $10,000 off this build. What is wrong with you? That's not how it works. I'm not paying for your shop labor. What do you like? What? And I don't want to. Right. I wanted to type and reply to it so bad, but I'm not that guy that tells you how to. I'm not gonna. I don't know. At that point, I wanted to be that guy. I said, "You are actually smoking crack."
You didn't want to blow smoke up his ass. You didn't want to buy his $70,000 Toyota 8.6.
It was just ridiculous to me.
Was it at least like a motor swap?
No.
There's still a flat 4.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
there's another one too. Also be careful about being a nice person. And this hasn't happened to me. Actually, it did happen to me. I'll explain a little bit here. So I had a go-kart way back in the day, and it was fun. Predator engine, stage 1 kit.
Yeah.
It was pimping. And
Is it a 1-seater, 2-seater?
2-seater.
I had a 1-seater.
And I sold it because I just didn't have time for it anymore. The motor wasn't locked up, but it wouldn't run. Probably clogged up carb, something that you just clean out the jet and just do a carb rebuild or replace the carb, and it would probably start right back up. And the guy comes over and he's like, "Oh, it doesn't run." I'm like, "No, like it doesn't run. Like this is a project, but the frame alone." People sell frames for $300-400.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting that with an engine that isn't locked up for $100. I think that's a good deal. I just wanted it gone. He pays me in $1 bills. He hands me 100 $1 bills, and as he's loading it up on his truck, I'm fucking counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh shit! 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh my god!
Counting it up. I'm like, all right, this looks legit. It looks like funny money, but it went through the ATM, so it was fine. Like, it didn't look fake, but I'm just like, 100 ones? Why? What?
He probably went to the casino.
Yeah, most likely. But yeah, I got my money. That's all that mattered. I shit you not, about a week or two later, I see the go-kart up for sale.
For what?
$600.
What the fuck?
But he did what I thought he would have done, which is probably just fix it up, clean it up.
Yeah.
He cleaned up the cart, probably fixed up the seat a little bit, freshened up the motor, just got it running, and he had it running. He had like a jiggy rigged. He had like the 7-Eleven Walmart Great Value dyno setup where he had just 2 jack stands on the rear of the go-kart and just let it free spin.
Yeah.
He's like $600, and I'm looking at him like, oh, that's pretty sweet. I'm like, that's my fucking go-kart, you piece of shit. So he just flipped it on me. Whatever. It is what it is. My point is, I saw on Reddit an NB Miata, really clean, low mileage NB Miata with some suspension work, interior mod. Like, it was very tasteful. I would have bought the car. Sold it for $8,000, which was a fair price, actually. Like, the mileage and what the car was, it was a good price.
Yeah.
A couple days later, the guy who bought it, apparently it was for his son, which is probably bullshit. He was selling it for $12,000.
What the fuck?
He was just trying to just scalp it and just flip it for profit. Yeah, that's why I don't do favors for people on Marketplace anymore, because they can just lie through their teeth and you'll never know. There's some people who I've even heard where they'll go out for like a motorcycle. A young kid will give him his wallet. Wallet has fake ID in it. Wallet has fake money. He took the bike for a test ride and never came back. Yeah, I've heard of it before. It's rare, but it will happen. So you have to be really careful. Really careful. I put air tags and...
I've got air tags and everything.
Yeah, I've actually even thought about doing like a full tracker in my Mustang, because that's something I refuse to get stolen.
That's how I am.
Like, if you steal it...
I'm going to track your ass down.
Yeah, and if you're not home yet, if you're not on private property, I'm going to settle this vigilante way.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Do not fuck with my first car.
Don't steal my shit.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine somebody getting their car, like a car, not just some new car you bought, regardless it sucks.
It's like, but when a car that you put like these drag and drives.
Yeah.
It's surprisingly common for some reason for drag and drive cars when they're on like the drag and drives, like Rocky Mountain Race Week. Dude, it's like 2 or 3 cars a year that are stolen.
That's so sad.
And it's like, dude, these people have put fucking hours and tens of thousands of dollars into these cars just for some fuck to steal it. Right.
That's just, you feel so betrayed.
Right.
Violated.
I'm a firm believer in kill switches and tracking.
Yeah.
But only for my eyes.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of, I mean, air tags, I guess, are okay, but...
They're not the best, though.
This is kind of a tangent in itself, but I'm not a fan of using... I like open source software, first off. I don't like closed loop software where I don't know who else can see it. Sure, a big company can see the other 100,000 other fucking people's things, but it's data selling. And I don't like getting fucking calls at 2 a.m. Oh, this is Baljit Gupta. I have whatever it is. Fucking some sales pitch. I think it's stupid. I don't like any of it. So I try to opt to make my own stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just a firm believer in it. I made my own security system at our old house. Worked fucking great.
That's cool.
I sadly forgot it there, and it's probably in the trash somewhere.
Nice.
Which sucks, but you know what? That's okay. I'll make it again. You can make your own tracking modules for your cars, especially now that we have 3D printers. Stupid easy to make.
Arduino board.
Yeah, dude, like a little ESP32 and a GPS WAN module. Easy as shit. $100, and you have something that'll last forever.
Wow.
And you could track it, you could ping it, you can, and all sorts of stuff. Like,
I want to put a switch on the bike that if it's not on when you prime the fuel pump, it releases a bouncing Betty from the rear tail and just disintegrates everything in its...
poor luck for the random guy that you let ride your bike with.
Oh, true. Oh, wait, look out.
Oh, shit, Johnny. Oh, God.
He's a good
what
guy.
A mess. Oh,
He's a
no.
good guy.
Blood splatter everywhere.
Well, yeah, I think that's all I got for today.
I think that's roughly what I've got. One more thing.
Oh, no.
I've been trying to think of something this entire episode to say. It's kind of goofy and funny. I haven't come to anything.
You can always add it in later.
So I'll leave you with this. When you're walking down the street and you see your cool car, piss on it. You mark your territory. It'll disentice the other people to try and steal your shit. Just pee on it, man. It works for everything. I pee on Hannah every day when I take a shower.
Yeah, the jellyfish stings every day.
I'm just marking territory.
I need help.
Anyways, yeah.
Remember back when you were youngin' in school and you'd go to the urinal and see how far away you could stand from it? Fucking see how
I
far.
remember.
Hey guys, check this out. And you'd like, you know when you're like setting your preload for your struts or your shocks? Setting the preload with the pee, just letting it build up, and then you release and see how far you can get it.
What?
Yeah, you could shoot it
You would
further.
hold over your piss hole?
Yeah, you could shoot it
I've
over.
never done that.
No, you bend it like a coolant hose.
What?
Yeah, you
I've
kink it
never
like a
done
coolant
this either.
hose.
Bro,
you can see how far you
usually-
can get
I
it.
just start and then I back away really quick. So there was one time I was like, I think it was 4th grade. I remember I was doing that thing, except our urinals were in, you know, the ones that are in the floor.
Yeah.
So I was backing away.
Piss all over the floor.
It was the bathroom that nobody
It's like
ever went
mirror
to.
finish.
And so I'm backing up, and I'm just got this nice stream, probably 3 or 4 feet.
Somebody comes
Fucking principal walks in. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "It hurts, it hurts." she's like, or not she. He.
I was like, "What is she doing in there?"
He's like, just finish peeing, and I'll take you to the nurse.
Dude. Oh my
Core
God.
memory, man.
It's so
Core
funny.
memory. I remember that same week. I don't know why these are so vivid all of a sudden, but
See, now imagine if that was current and you captured all of that with your Meta Ray-Bans.
it'd be so insane, man. Do you think kids are going to school nowadays with Meta glasses?
Probably.
Dude, I never even thought of that. Like, we can get, like... That's probably the easiest way to relive, like, actual memories, because, you know, memories fade and all that. That's probably the easiest way to relive memories.
Yeah.
Is through something like that.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, why couldn't I... Well, I don't know if I'd want to be a kid nowadays, but...
No, definitely not.
Like, just to have that when
Yeah.
you're a kid would be so awesome.
Yeah,
So
I wish I
freaking
definitely
awesome.
logged more stuff for sure.
100%. I took lots of videos, I mean, more streams and game videos and all that, but I wish I took more. I wish I didn't delete as much as I did, too.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, this one's not good enough.
Yeah. I remember I deleted a whole fucking channel.
Damn.
That was like my first YouTube channel. It's called Hemi Gaming. It was before the Hellcat came out.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah. I don't know. You have anything, any other tidbits, topics, tangents?
I do not. I really just hope things get better.
The world is in a weird spot right now.
It is.
Between
it's just very frustrating that I finally got to the age where I could make some money to afford
Cool stuff.
the cool stuff, but it's not cool to anybody anymore.
Who gives a fuck?
It's more of just, you can't. I love sharing things with people.
I like most of the things you like.
True. That's been a very healing all the trauma bonding we're doing is fantastic.
Dude, the PS2 boot up sound.
Yeah. But my point is right when I'm frustrated because right when I'm old enough to do all this fun shit, it's like you can't enjoy it anymore because all of the new laws that are going in place, all the more cars on the road, everything's just more strict.
Right.
The hobby's not as fun as it used to be.
It's not as pure as it used to be.
Why did it have to happen? Why did I have to be the guinea pig of it all?
It just so happens our
Also, another thing I want to add, all the dream cars that I had at one point that I could afford, at one point, I would be able to afford a Dodge Viper, like an ACR.
Yeah.
I remember the ACR E, the Mac Daddy of Vipers, like the last gen. It was like 150 grand.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that 150 grand is chump change because it's not, but that is, I think, for the common man, the if you really are smart with your money, you could afford something that high.
Right.
But now that is unobtainium. It's so expensive. The C7 Z06 was an affordable car. The C7 Z06 was an affordable car.
Grand Sport?
No, just a Z06 or a ZR1. Those were really cool cars that you could get for under $100,000.
That's right.
The C6 ZR1 was a dream car of mine for a long time.
It still is one of mine.
Yeah, it's still a bucket list car. It is so fucking expensive. So expensive.
$130,000. Dude, brand new, they were like, I think 80.
Yeah, or even my one of my biggest dream cars ever was a 05 Ford GT. And at the time, you could get them for, I think it was 150, 180 grand. And now they're half mil.
Yeah, half a mil.
Quarter mil at the lowest.
Yeah.
Maybe for a flood title one, you'll get it for a quarter mil. Like all these cars I've always wanted, NSX, or like some kind of rotary, they're just so much more expensive than they used to be. Why? Why does it have to be like that now? And the thing too is older cars are getting older. I know, crazy concept, right? But they're not as new as they used to be. And they're going to have more problems. They probably don't make stuff for them anymore. Like, good luck finding stuff for the C4 Corvette. You'll find weather stripping kits and all this other stuff. There's still companies out there who make them, but it's so hard. There's certain things I know with older Corvettes that they just don't make.
They don't make the, what is it?
You have to get it off. Yeah, you have to get it off a junked car.
Yeah, and the odds of it actually being okay on that car are pretty slim too.
So it's just frustrating that the cost of entry, the cars you grew up with, you can't even afford to own.
No.
Or even if you could, it's not worth the price that they're asking for.
No.
It's just not. Like, the realism has to hit you where you shouldn't be spending that kind of money on a car when you have other priorities. But if it was a $15,000 car, not a $40,000 old car, then that'd be a different story. Then I'd probably be willing to put down some change on that.
Splurge a little bit on it, yeah.
But yeah, it's frustrating. The PC stuff, like now that I'm video editing,
The RAM is fucking outrageous.
I had to scavenge. I know I was bugging you for weeks on end, just, dude, what should I get? I'm just trying to make sure that I get something that I need and also get a good price because I don't want to spend $3,000 on this. Yes, it's for business and everything, but I don't make money off of it and I won't be for a while.
Right.
So I need to be kind of smart about where I'm putting my money. And luckily I just came across that Facebook Marketplace deal. The thing runs great, $1,600, and it's like a $2,600 build, so I basically got $1,000 off.
Yeah.
You don't see that anymore.
No, especially nowadays. With the specs of your computer, you got a fucking steal.
Yeah.
You got a steal.
It's just nice to look at. I'll just stare through the glass. Like
a kid at the aquarium.
Like the scene from Nemo, like, hi, fishy, fishy, fishy.
Dong, dong, dong,
wake up, fishy, fishy. Wake up, fishy, fishy.
Yeah, that's true, man. Like I said, I think I've said it multiple times on a couple different episodes, but we're just in the enshittification period where quality's gone downhill. Everything's expensive. Everybody wants so much for nothing, and
Yeah.
it sucks. It really sucks.
Thank God for Rock Auto.
Rock Auto has been the only thing that I don't think is inflated.
It still looks like it's from 2010,
I'm fine
and I
with that.
love it.
I am fine with that. Dude, you know what's funny?
The Rock Auto UI is beautiful.
The laptop we're recording this on and my computer inside, Windows 7 still.
Nice.
I don't want
make it like
anything
they
better.
used to.
Nope, they don't. That they don't.
But yeah, I think that's all I got for us today.
I'm with you. Yeah, that was good talk. It wasn't specific to a certain thing,
No.
but I don't care. We'll release this as a raw, unfiltered.
So if you guys got anything from this, if you've been listening very well, what I'd really like you to come out with is that if you're taking a shit and the principal walks in and knocks on the door, you tell him to come back with a warrant and you pinch it off like a king and you hop in your fucking project car.
You skirt out of the parking lot.
Yeah, and you just drive and don't look back.
And then you see the cop lights behind you. You pinch the other side of that turd off. Right then and there. And you make a life-altering decision.
You tell the judge, I thought he was pulling me over because I had my interior dome lights on. I just kept going.
The parents said that was illegal. God damn, man. The times.
I think the world will be fixed when there's Blockbuster and parts swap meets. Maybe.
Dude, I haven't heard of a swap meet in
They still do them.
forever.
I went to one a few years ago.
I've gone to a go-kart swap meet. Or like I don't even know what you'd call it. Like
That's cool.
What are those called? Like a
I don't know.
ATV swap meet?
I guess,
All-terrain?
yeah.
Or fucking... I don't know. It was neat, though. I can tell you that.
Nice.
There's some really weird shit, like old motors from the 50s, like flatheads, some Briggs & Stratton flatheads.
Damn.
Still run. Like, god damn.
I'd love to tinker with one of those.
They're just so simple.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think swap meets would be really cool. I'd like to, at some point, host a car meet. Just one. More than that, and then it comes into a nightmare because you have hooligans, but...
The one I would want to host would have a cap of 50 people.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like the Cars and Coffee thing that people
Yeah,
host.
and it would be a lot. You could park your cars, obviously, but it would be a shop that you walk into and everybody hangs out in the shop. And you'd have a car up on the lift. My idea would be pizza. You gotta have pizza, right? Because pizza is the foundation of, hey bro, can you come and do 10 hours of unpaid labor for me and I can feed you with this fucking $5 pizza?
Yeah!
So that's the premise of it. And then also I would have like a racing simulator that people could mess around with. And then I would have PS2s lined up to the Gula with fucking old Midnight Club Dub Edition.
Test Drive Unlimited.
Test Drive Unlimited. Need for Speed Most Wanted. ATV versus MX Unleashed.
Damn.
ATV Off-Road Fury 2. All of it. Just
Damn.
everybody just playing and just having a good time.
Too bad we can't have basements in Florida.
I know. Very upsetting. But
Do they have basements in Tennessee?
they do in Illinois.
I don't think that's Tennessee, though.
Probably not. Close enough?
Like 2 or 3 states.
Yeah.
All
Instead
right.
of mountains, you get corn. Lots of cornfields.
Ethanol!
Yeah.
E85.
I think that's all I got.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for listening in on this unhinged, crazy, weird, long dick of an episode.
Yeah, thanks for listening to us when we don't stay on topic at all.
We were brainstorming for a long time. I could not figure it out.
There's a lot we need to get off our chest
Yes.
today.
Yes. It's our one chill day.
Yeah.
But anyways, thank you guys for listening. And if you have any questions, feel free to shoot us an email at WTF@VaughnRaceworks.online, or where at for you?
Nick.tunedupvisuals.com.
thought it was
Nick at tunedupvisuals.com.
Yeah. So shoot us an email. Give us a comment. Give us a rating. Maybe give us a subscription. if you
1.5
really-
stars.
I don't want to entice people to do that. And yeah, we'll take your comments and see what we can do with them. So, as always, thank you, and have a good week, guys.
Later.